All right, we're good to go. We're live. Welcome, everybody, as always, to Trivia Vice. I think we've got a really good one planned for tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, what's going on tonight, Dan?
Well, we got some true crime trivia. You know what? The funny thing is, we were talking about it earlier, and you're not the only person that was confused on this. It's not True Crime the show or true. I mean, when I think of true crime, I think of I don't know, real crimes that have happened. So,
like murder mysteries and unsolved mysteries and stuff like that.
So, full disclosure, peeps. These are actual, serial killers we talk about and real victims involved. So keep in mind, obviously this is all stuff that did happen as we discuss it. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one tonight. We got 25 questions. Kyle put the questions in, but
I actually didn't. I can't take credit for them. Neither one of us can. We actually didn't make them. So
we had a write in for this one. So
yeah.
Also, this is our last Halloween oriented or October oriented one before we shift back into. I believe we're doing Name That Tune again on Wednesday, but we're not 100% on that. Trying to
I think Wednesday we're doing Name That Tune, and then we are doing a really cool giveaway on Wednesday as well. I saw that our buddy Mike with Cedar Sense just popped on. So basically, Mike owns a company called Cedar Sense. Guys, they make all sorts of different products. Definitely go check them out on Amazon. He's got his own website, all that stuff. But he has been kind enough to make us one of his flags, and I'm going to show a picture of it a little bit later. He makes these really cool flags that you can mount on your wall. And it's an American flag, or he can make it basically whatever country you live in. So whoever wins on Wednesday is going to win one. These things typically retail for like $200. So they're really, really nice, really high quality. So whoever wins, he's going to make a special flag for it. So we'll show a picture of it here at the end of it and everything. But the only caveat basically is you have to be a subscriber. So as long as you're subscribed to the channel, you're good to go.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, a couple people saying whoever wins this week's a psycho. The funny thing is, I think we're all intrigued by these kind of things like serial killers and stuff. I think it's intriguing to know, backstories. I find, at least I do. And maybe it's just because I'm a sociopath. I don't know. Maybe.
I can tell you, Tess and I watch a lot of those, like that show Snapped and stuff like that on, I forget what channel it's on, but I don't know, they are interesting. To me, I like not necessarily the unsolved mysteries, but the whodunit type of thing. We actually watched Knives Out the other night. She'd never seen it, and I'm like, oh, Knives Out slaps. You got to watch it, and she loved it. She's like, that was actually really good. I like a good whodunit.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get to it.
Guys, anybody that's brand new, definitely hit the like button for us if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. And basically, I'm going to get it set up here, Dan, if you want to just go over the rules with them real quick.
Yeah, so guys, we have 5 rounds, 5 questions in each round. Speed does count, so if we have a lot of people getting them correct, it's whoever gets them correct and gets them in first. All you got to do is type in 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the comments, and our software will figure out who answers it correctly. And so all you gotta do is type in 1, 2, 3, or 4, and top 3 people in each round will get a point. Person with the most points at the end of the game will win. Easy peasy. You're gonna show us up here this time?
What's that?
You're gonna show us up here this time?
Oh, hold on.
I'm okay with that. I'm growing a pretty sick stash in lieu of No Shave November, so I got to get a head start unlike most people. So anyway, question number 1 of round 1: what make and model car did Ted Bundy drive? I do know this one. Is it a Volkswagen Beetle, a Mercury Bobcat, a Ford Torino, or a Chevrolet Corvette?
How about that background too?
That is sexy.
I gotta say, I like the black and white background like that. Dan and I have been split testing with our thumbnails lately on all of that, and black and white has been overwhelmingly the favorite. It's not even close. Our click-through rate we did one for that Nightmare Before Christmas video that we did a little while back, a couple weeks ago, and we had what I thought was a really cool background. And the click-through rate was pretty high on it. It was like 5%, which is pretty high in YouTube standards. And then the black and white version of it, though, we were split testing it, and the black and white version was like 15%.
Yeah. So for unknown reasons, the first round is going to do that thing where we have a glitch where it doesn't tell us who got it right. Round 2 will fix it. We don't know why it does it.
It is Volkswagen Beetle.
It is Volkswagen Beetle. Question number 2. Where was Madeleine McCain's family vacationing when she went missing? Spain, Portugal, Morocco, or France? I don't know this one. I know of like the whole thing of what happened, but I don't know. I want to say, I was thinking France for some reason.
Let me see if I can. If this isn't going to give us the answers, let's see if this one does. But if it's not gonna, then I will.
Yeah, we'll have you tell us what the answer is, Kyle.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my phone here. I was leaving my phone open to watch the comments, but yeah, it's not going to show us. So hold on, let me try to get that pulled.
A lot of people going with Portugal on this. I don't know. See, Spain, to me, I would figure a lot more people would go with Spain just because Spain and Portugal are like right next to each other.
All right, so that was Portugal.
Okay. Question number 3. What serial killer was known for wearing clown makeup that would later be used to reference the Joker? Is it John Wayne Gacy, H.H. Holmes, Gary Ridgway, or Dennis Rader? So he's definitely one of the more famous ones, and that would be, of course, John Wayne Gacy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude lured like 35 young men into his house with like the promise of side work and construction work and stuff, and then would end up putting them under his foundation. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, I think he actually may come up later in the game too. I'm not 100% sure, but
I probably just spoiled it.
Well, no, I don't think you gave away the answer. I think it's actually said in the question, if I remember it. It talks about like something with how many he committed, but I don't remember exactly what. I'm pretty sure you're safe.
Woo! All right, question number 4. Which country has the highest murder rate per capita? Is it U.S., Russia, Mexico, or El Salvador? I'm going to guess. I'm going to go on a limb and say Mexico just because of all the drugs.
See, that would have been my guess too. I see 2, 3, 4 people got it right. So it is El Salvador, and I spelled Salvador wrong.
El Salvador. That's an exotic place where people just get murdered all the time. I wonder why. I'm assuming it's probably drug related or it's probably some kind of thing like that, but
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Mexico probably would have been my first guess. Nothing against Mexico, but I would have guessed because of the drug stuff.
Cedarson says Russia's like the safest place until you vote against Putin. The funny thing is, you'll never know because you'll just disappear. So, final question in the first round. An actor from which movie went on to actually murder 6 people in real life? What?
I'm curious if Dan knows this.
The Exorcist, Tales from the Dark Side, or E.T.? Well, I know like 6 people died on the set of The Exorcist, which means it's like cursed. That's what people think, but I don't know. I have no clue. Kevin Bacon didn't kill anyone, so it can't be Tremors. I mean, there's obviously more people than that, but
a lot of people going with
what is
Tales from the Dark Side.
What is Tales from the Dark Side? Is that even a real movie?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
It's the only movie on here I don't know, and that's very rare.
E.T. getting no love.
Was it?
But
E.T.?
It actually is The Exorcist.
Is it? Okay. Which actor was it? Do you know?
I don't.
I do know. Like I said,
well, let me make sure I'm telling you the right. Yeah, it is The Exorcist. Okay, I was going to say I'm pretty sure it was.
I do know a lot of people. I think it was like at least 4 or 5 died on set during filming of that. So that's pretty spooky. All right, so looks like we got a couple early psychopaths here. We got Steph Sample on the board.
Yeah, we got some murder mystery degens.
Yep. You got Cedar Sense on here. and Dirk on the board.
See, Cedar Sense was saying that this was the game he didn't want to win, and he's vying for the lead. Oh, you know what? We got to get a bonus too.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I don't know why. I have a gut feeling we're not going to need it tonight, but I'll get one ready.
I got one. I just thought of one.
Oh, do you? Okay, perfect.
Yep, I got one.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't know why. My gut's telling me we're not going to need it today. And yeah, I don't know why.
All right, here we go. Number one, in 1978, nearly 1,000 people died by drinking Kool-Aid at a meeting of the People's Temple. Who was their leader? Jim Jones, David Koresh, Charles Manson, or I'm not even going to attempt it. Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh.
That wasn't too bad. You didn't butcher that too bad. So this one I do know as well. So most people know that the term drinking the Kool-Aid was from Jim Jones. What country did he go down at? They moved down because they were California originally, and they ended up going down to, I want to say, like Colombia or one of those third world countries, and they started the People's Temple down there. And yeah, that was absolutely psychotic that they could get that many people to do that.
There we go. Our game's caught up with us now.
Yeah, all right.
About time.
Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid on question number one.
I'm telling you, I like this background. That black and white slaps. Just makes it more ominous.
Yeah, it does. It does.
All right, number two. The movie Psycho is based on which real-life serial killer? Jeffrey Dahmer, Jack the Ripper, Ed Gein, Bobby Joe Long.
It's Dean, Kyle, I believe is how.
Oh,
I think it's Ed Gein.
The killer needs a more sophisticated name.
Yeah, it's Edward Gein, actually.
What if it was Edwin or Eduardo?
Does Eduardo is that fancier?
I don't know. It might be.
So
do you feel like Edward or Edwin is the more?
Edwin, 100% is way fancier. That's
Pinky I think so.
If you're Edwin, you have Pinky Out standards.
Wasn't that the guy's name from Pretty Woman? Wasn't it Edwin or was it Edward?
No, I think it's Edward.
Oh well, they should have named him Edwin. He would have been even more.
Even Edward though is pretty hoity-toity. So.
Oh yeah. All right, number three. The Zodiac Killer is claimed to have committed 37 murders. How many of them are confirmed? Okay, this was the one I was thinking earlier, so I thought of something different. 12, 1, 5, or 15.
So any of these numbers, and the funny thing is I've looked into the Zodiac killings a lot because it's one of the few unsolved U.S. cases, and he was primarily in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've seen the movie Zodiac with Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a great movie. Honestly, the dude's kind of an inefficient killer. He legitimately kills like 20% of the people he attacks. Like, that's a pretty poor number. I mean, the guy's probably dead by now because this was in the 60s when it took place. But
this might be the one Tess was watching, like a 2020 special or something like that. Like, I don't know, a few weeks ago on it. And
it's fascinating because he did never get caught. Why? Yeah, see, now it's not doing it again for some reason. Question number 3. I don't know what's up with that.
So it is 5. I do know that. So 5? The answer was number 3. Yep.
Wow.
All right, number 4. What NFL team was Aaron Hernandez on when he was convicted for murder in 2017? New York Jets, New England Patriots, Jacksonville Jaguars, or Buffalo Bills? You know what the mind-blowing thing on this is? Aaron Hernandez played on the same college team as Tim Tebow. Like, talk about going from one extreme to the other.
You have your team captain's a pastor, pretty much. Yeah. And then you are a
convicted murderer,
seedy, shady dude.
Yeah. I think at one point, I could be wrong on this, but I'm almost positive at one point, because Tebow would have been either a junior or a senior when Hernandez came in, and Urban Meyer basically came to him and said, like, he's kind of a troubled young guy, but he's really talented. I'm pretty sure he actually had Tebow room with him. Wow, to try to keep him on the straight and narrow.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. So it is the New England Patriots, number 2, which I think almost everybody got that. Number 5, who admitted to cooking and eating some of his victims? Wayne Williams, Samuel Little, Jeffrey Dahmer, Edmund Kemper. Ooh, now you got Edmund.
Edmund.
Is it Edmund or Edmund? It's kind of like milk or milk.
Who says milk?
I don't know. I always say
Yeah,
milk, but I've heard people say milk, and it drives me nuts. Okay,
Give me
wait.
a tall
Okay,
glass of milk.
is it syrup or syrup?
Definitely syrup, I think.
I think so.
Unless I'm trying to be like a douche about it, like, oh, I don't know why. I just want to get on like Steph's nerves. I'm like, pass me the syrup. I don't know why. That's just.
I feel like that's one of
Yeah,
those ones that's kind of interchangeable. Like we said last time, like Falcon or Falcon.
Yeah. So
I believe it was Jeffrey Dahmer, whatever his name is.
Jeffrey Dahmer was I think in Wisconsin, I want to say.
Well, Steph says, who says Malk? Well, she spelled it like Malk. Like I was thinking Melk, like MELK.
Either way, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple new people on the board and then one recurring one. So it looks like Cedar Sense has got 2, which gives them the lead, which means that Brooklyn, Stephanie, Steven, Steph Sample, and Dirk all have 1.
All right. Oh, this one doesn't have a round number. It's just round.
Wait, what's that?
I said this one doesn't have the next one doesn't have a round number. I didn't label it round 3. It just said round.
Just round.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's going to slap.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Yeah, so the funny thing is, though, with true crime is I feel like most of the cases we hear about are in the U.S., and I know it's because we're mostly Americans or, we do have a few Canadians here, but like, I wonder why that is. I wonder why it's so fascinating for Americans specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question number 1. Brenda Spencer was only 16 when she opened fire at an elementary school play yard, killing 2 adults and injuring 8 children. When asked on the phone by police what her motive was, she is quoted as saying what? They were being too loud. I could see that. I was trying to sleep. I don't like Mondays, or Daddy made me do it. Honestly, Daddy made me do it's the creepiest. I don't like Mondays. That's like Garfield, I think. And I was trying to sleep, or they were being too loud. That's like a, I don't know. They're all kind of messed up.
What do you think? What are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Daddy made me do it because that's just creepy.
So it actually is. I don't like Mondays.
Damn.
Yeah.
Got the Garfield killer.
Yeah.
Brenda Spencer.
Apparently, if you live in that town, just don't go out on a Monday.
Just like why? Like, that right there. Why? Just makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Munchausen syndrome by proxy is when a person acts as if a person in their care is sick when they are not. This term is closely associated with who? Nina Holbrook, Jasmine Richardson, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, or Alex King. I do know this one only because I believe there was a show on Hulu, and I remember Stephanie watching it briefly, but I never watched it.
A lot of people going with 3. Is that the correct answer?
That's the one I was thinking. It's Gypsy Rose. I think it's.
I think so. Hold on. Let me go to my cheat sheet here.
Pretty sure the girl was like, she grew up with her mom making her think she couldn't walk and all these other things.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Then her and her boyfriend, I'm pretty sure, killed the mom.
Yep, I got a cheat sheet over here. It's just like in high school all over again. Just kidding.
Jake the Snake says The Act. Yes, that's what it. Yep, that was what it was called. She watched it. I did not watch that one. All right, question 3. Which doctor murdered over 200 people by injecting them with painkillers? Michael Swango, John Adams, Henry Howard, or Harold Shipman? I do know this one too. I watch a lot of this stuff on YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe I am a psychopath.
That when I was going through this, like I knew a lot of the answers. Like I was expecting that I wouldn't, but I was kind of shocked that I knew as many of them as I did. So
I believe, if I'm correct, it's Harold Shipman. And it's amazing because if I'm remembering this case correctly, because like I said, I've watched a lot of these on YouTube before. He was from the UK, and the dude got away with it for decades, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. I don't know. Blows my mind. All right, question number 4. Who was Lizzie Borden accused of killing? Mother and sister, father and stepmother, father and mother, or brother and sister? I don't know this one.
Oh, see, I knew this one because I remember this was like, I don't know, this was a while ago. Tess and I watched, it was around this time of the year. There was actually a special. Remember what's her name? She's in a ton of Halloween movies. Christina Ricci.
Oh yeah.
She played Lizzie Borden
Oh.
in like a special that they did on TV at one point. And Tess and I had watched it on there. So it is father and stepmother is the answer for it. So it looks like just about everybody got that. I think actually everybody got that.
Who is? I don't know who this lady is.
What's that?
I said I don't know who this lady is.
You've never heard Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her father 30 whacks or something like that?
What?
You've never
I
heard
thought
that?
I was psycho. Jeez.
Yeah, so the answer is Lizzie Borden, or well, no, it's not Lizzie Borden, but yes, it was the father and the stepmother.
Interesting. All right. Final question for round 3. Who became well known because of the Tate murders of 1969? The Zodiac Killer, Tex Watson, Ted Bundy, or Charles Manson? Oh, see, Evelyn says 40 whacks. See, Kyle, you didn't even get it right.
Oh, it's 40. Okay, I thought it was 30. That was close.
All right, 40 whacks with an axe is just overkill. You know, there's a thing called overkill, people. Unless it was a Zodiac Killer, you wouldn't be able to kill him. He'd somehow, like, they'd maim him, and then they'd be able to, like, seriously, the guy just was not very efficient for killing everyone with a pistol. Just saying. This is terrible to say, but let's see. We got kind of a spread here between 1 and 4. A couple people going with 1. So this is the Charles Manson one. So the Tate murders, partially famous because the heiress of Folgers Coffee was there that night, and she was one of the ones killed, along with Sharon Tate. And Sharon Tate was at the time married to Roman Polanski, at the time a really young and upcoming director. Now he's just known for escaping the U.S. because he's a pedophile. But he has a couple good movies. All right, let's see. So looks like Brooklyn and Stephanie both are with 2 now. So we have Steph Sample with 1, Brooklyn with 2, Steph Stevens with 2, Dirk with 1, and Cedar Sense with 2. Holy cow. And then Jake is on the board now. So Jake, let me rephrase that. So Jake and Dirk each have 1. Stephanie Sample has 1. And then Steph Stevens, Brooklyn, and Cedar Sense have 2. So we got a kind of a...
It's gonna be a close game.
I'm telling you, I don't think we're... I mean, you better have a final question prepared, but I don't think we're going to... Technically, we would need it.
Oh, yeah. I got a slapper for a bonus. Oh, I couldn't hear you on that, Dan. You were cutting in and out. Okay, number 1. What was the first crime to be committed by Bonnie and Clyde? Robbery, forgery, domestic violence, or automobile theft?
I don't know this one because I don't really... The Bonnie and Clyde one, I don't know why it just doesn't really interest me too much, to be honest.
Me either. I'm not a big fan of it personally, but
I'm going to go with forgery because that just seems like a really silly thing to... Compared to like the other stuff that they've done with killing people and robbing stuff, I'm going to go with forgery.
So it actually is automobile theft.
Okay. That seemed too on the nose for me, but
I thought when I read that, I was thinking it was robbery, like when I first read it.
Automobile theft. And that was in the 1930s?
I believe so, yeah. Like that's how you know you've really, really done something bad. Like when your like name is synonymous with that type of stuff.
With being a piece of crap.
Yeah, pretty much. Number 2, the killer in Texas terrorized Texas between the years 1970 to 1973. What nickname was he given? The Candyman, Charlie Chopoff, Campus Killer, or Alligator Man?
These are all just terrible names, honestly. Like the
Oh, dude,
Candyman,
I love Charlie Chopoff.
Charlie Chapoff. The Campus Killer, if I remember right, was from the early 90s down in Florida, because that's where the movie Scream came out. I don't know if that was the name, but the Gainesville Ripper. But I don't know. I don't know this one. I'm going to go with Charlie Chapoff because that's just a badass name.
I think it is a badass name, but it is Candyman.
So you're saying the Candyman movie stole its name from some 2-bit criminal?
I think so.
I'm sure the guy did so. I've never heard of them. I just find that strange. I've never heard of this one. This is the first. Oh no, this is the second one. I didn't hear of the other one that everyone else seemed to know. So I don't know. What do I know?
All right, number 3. Mark Twitchell is a killer who was inspired by this TV show: Slasher, Mindhunter, Dexter, or Breaking Bad.
I don't know this one either. This obviously has got to be recent. What's kind of weird is I feel like the golden age, if you will, of serial killing was the 70s and 80s. I feel like because
is there really a golden age?
I mean, the golden age of comics when it was most popular, when it first really started to sprout. I feel like now we're in because it's so hard. Think about how hard it is to really be a serial killer in today's age with all the info and the DNA. And
that's true. You
can't really do it that easily. So to be a serial killer nowadays is much rarer, I think.
What do you think the answer is on it?
I'm going to go with Dexter.
It is Dexter.
Okay.
I figured it had to be between 3 and 4, like when I was reading the question. All right, number 4. Which state has the most serial killers per capita? Vermont, New York, Maine, or Alaska?
Oh, I know this one. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to take a guess because my infamous hatred for Alaska. It's got to be Alaska because I bet you those fuckers up there are so bored they probably drive themselves to kill.
Well, see, here's my reasoning for it too. Don't they have a time during the year where it's literally nighttime the whole time?
Yeah, or daytime. So if you've seen the movie Insomnia, which I'd highly recommend with Al Pacino and Robin Williams, it kind of has to do with that, where it's daytime 24/7. That would suck, and that would drive me insane.
So it is Alaska. That was kind of my first thought. Like as soon as I saw the question, I'm like, it's got to be Alaska because they have, or at least I was assuming, because isn't there a movie like 40 Days of Night or something like that, or I can't remember what it's called, but where it talks about how it's literally nighttime all the time. All right, number 5. Bruce MacArthur was arrested in 2018 after at least 8 targeted murders in the Toronto area. What was the part-time job that he had? Santa at the mall, mail carrier, ice cream truck owner, or carnival ride operator?
Jesus Christ. These are all just disturbing. I hope it's not 1 or 3 or 4. Mail carrier I could at least understand, but then again, there really isn't mail carriers like there used to be.
Yeah.
So it's
gotta it is Santa at the mall.
Oh Jesus. It says at least 8 targeted murders. So the guy never really murdered anyone? Did he just target 8 people?
That I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. I don't know. If you read the question, does say targeted
on that. Someone let me know in the comments if this guy actually ended up killing anyone or not. Let's see. So, geez, holy cow. So Joey's on the board, and then we got now Stephanie Stevens has 3 along with Brooklyn. Both have 3. Both coming out in the last 3 rounds, really, though, and getting their points.
Brooklyn says, yeah, he did. I heard about it on the news.
Jeez.
Wow. All right, final round. So who's got what for points right now?
So right now, Brooklyn and Stephanie Stevens both have 3. Steph Sample has 1. Dirk has 1. And Joey has one, and Jake has one, and then Cedar Sense has two. Okay, so Brooke says he targeted LGBTQ plus people in Toronto area and then killed at least 8 people. Okay, so he killed the people. It's like, geez. All right. Question number 1 in the final round. Stephanie Lazarus was a police officer and killer. She murdered her ex-husband's new wife during a staged break-in and covered it up for how many years? 23, 21, 15, or 10? Holy crap. I just want to say the last name is kind of interesting, ironic, I should say, the last name.
Oh, Lazarus.
Lazarus being, associated with like resurrecting the
I was
dead.
gonna say, isn't it meant to be like, yeah, like resurrecting or can't die type of thing?
So that's interesting. And either way, any of these, whatever which one it is, this is an impressive amount of time to cover up something like this.
So we were watching something the other day. It was on Hulu. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a case where this guy, I mean, he's a full grown man now, but he was just getting released from prison because he was convicted of murdering his stepmother when he was 8.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I'll tell you about it here in a second. Go ahead.
All right, question number 2. What did John Wayne Gacy request as his last meal on death row? Shrimp, a bucket of KFC, and a pound of strawberries. That sounds psychotic. So, pancakes, steak, 2 sunny side up eggs, mint chocolate chip ice cream. That one right there, because that's just disgusting. Or cheese doodles and a can of Coke. I'm going to say mint chocolate chip ice cream because that just screams psychopath. Anyone that likes sweet things like delicious chocolate or ice cream and you mix it with mint, you are a psycho. There, I said it. Anyone who likes peppermint patties, Andes, or whatever they're called, those candies you get from Olive Garden. Oh my god, that's just gross.
Dan, I'm gonna have you take it from here for a couple minutes. Looks like Lila just woke up. I've got a sick 3-year-old at home here, so
no problem. I'll
be right back.
So it looks like he's not going to tell us what it is. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was KFC chicken. So question number 3: John Mayer was arrested for what in 2001? Shoplifting, driving with a suspended license, a DUI, or aggravated assault. That's I did not know my boy John Mayer was in trouble for anything. I thought he was honestly like a saint. So I'm a little disturbed to find that fact. I'm a little sad. So as far as most people going with driving with a suspended license, now that's not too bad because I have done that and I got pulled over and got hammered hard in Buffalo for that. It was not fun. So I had to drive all the way back into Buffalo, which is about like a 3-hour ride, and had to pay a huge fee back when I was like, I just turned 21 and I was broke as hell. So that wasn't fun. It was like a $600 fee. All right. So question number 4. Rodney Alcala, a serial killer, went on what game show before being arrested in 2010? I do know this one. The Price is Right, The Dating Game, Deal or No Deal, or Cash Cab. Steph says your license wasn't suspended. It was expired. Well, in the eyes of the law, it doesn't matter. Either way, they had their way with me. And I had to face the long arm of the law that day. Young Dan taken advantage of. So this one's interesting because Rodney got on The Dating Game, and you can actually see this on YouTube. You can watch his, you can watch it. And apparently, he was very creepy behind the scenes too, and made a lot of creepy remarks to people. So, okay, our software is deciding certain questions are it's going to show you, and certain ones it's not. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but yeah. So, was The Dating Game, which I don't believe is even a thing anymore. But anyway, final question of the night. What sporting event was delayed as a result of O.J. Simpson's car chase? The World Cup final, the NBA finals, the Kentucky Derby, or the Daytona 500? Ooh. I don't know this one. I'm going to guess NBA Finals just because I believe it happened in like the early summer, which is when the NBA Finals does. But so does the Kentucky Derby. A lot of people kind of torn between the two of them, and of course, it's not going to tell me. Oh, Kyle's back. NBA Finals or Kentucky Derby, Kyle? Which one?
NBA Finals.
Ha! All right, NBA Finals with OJ. They delayed it. That's crazy. Could you imagine warming up for that game and being like, "Hey, yeah, this super famous guy is running away from the police because they think he killed his wife." That's just nuts. Driving away, like going. Why was he going so slow? By the way, I know he was in a Ford Bronco, but like, why was he only going like 20 miles an hour or whatever? I know it wasn't fast.
Yeah, he was going super slow, and I don't remember why. And crap, that was going to be my bonus question. What kind of car was he driving?
I talk my mouth off, shoot my mouth off, and I say too much. All right, so it looks like Kennedy is on the board. Jake ends up with 2 points. Stephanie Sample ends up with 2 points. We do have a tie, and Cedar Sense with 2 points, and then Dirk and Joey with 1, and then we have a tie for first with Stephanie Stevens and Brooklyn with 3 points apiece. Yeah, and Joey Collins had a Ford Bronco for a while. He says his shook at 75. Okay, maybe that's why he didn't go past that. He didn't want to go too fast because that thing could be like a battering ram, though, I feel like. So, do you have any questions? Do you have any of them, Kyle? Or
I don't. That was going to be my bonus for it, and I don't.
All right. Well,
yeah, that's okay. We'll have multiple winners tonight.
All right, 2 winners we got. Let's see. We got Brooklyn here. Congratulations. And Stephanie, congratulations. So I just want to say full disclosure, guys. Stephanie Stevens is my wife, and she just won the game, which has been deemed you're psycho if you win. So if I don't show up on Wednesday night to host, you might need to call the police. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We are going to be doing, I believe, Name That Tune.
Yep, name that tune on Wednesday, guys. Make sure that you show up too, because you get a chance to win that flag. So
yeah, and those things are badass.
That's gonna be a pretty awesome giveaway.
We're not talking little, itty bitties. They're, Mike puts a lot of effort into them. They're really cool. So
it's gonna be pretty awesome. It's gonna slap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, slapping hard. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you Wednesday.
Have a great night, guys.